You ever notice how nothing ever feels enough? You hit every goal, every deadline, every dream, and somehow you still wake up feeling hollow. It's not burnout. It's not depression. It's the quiet truth no one told you. The world built your happiness to expire because the biggest lie isn't that happiness exists. It's that you were supposed to earn it. Let's start from the beginning. Number 10, the happiness hoax. Everyone tells you happiness is the goal, but no one tells you what it actually is. So you start chasing it like it's a finish line, a job, a partner, one fornadum, a body, sempre to a number. You get it, and somehow you still feel hollow because the happiness you were sold wasn't an emotion. It was a business model, a product line disguised as purpose. Every ad, every self-help quote, every "you deserve better" TikTok runs on the same lie. That fulfillment is something you can buy, build, or earn, but happiness isn't permanent. It's chemical, and chemicals fade. That's why no achievement ever feels like enough. Because you're not chasing joy, you're chasing a high. And when it fades, your brain calls it failure. So you try harder, you upgrade the car, the phone, the morning routine, and wonder why the void still hums louder than your success. The truth, there's nothing wrong with you. You were just tricked into confusing stimulation for meaning. Number 9, the dopamine debt. You ever notice how the best moments of your life never feel as good as you thought they would? That's not depression. That's dopamine. Dopamine doesn't reward you for being happy. It rewards you for wanting to be happy. Every goal, every new milestone, they all trigger the same chemical chase. Your brain hits the gas, but it never built a brake pedal. That's why when you finally make it, it doesn't feel like arrival. It feels like withdrawal. You've been sprinting toward a chemical high that was never designed to last. And the cruel part, your brain confuses that emptiness for failure. So instead of resting, you double down. You set a bigger goal, make another plan, chase another hit. You think you're ambitious, but really, you're in debt, dopamine debt. You keep borrowing excitement from tomorrow to survive today. And no matter how much you achieve, your brain will quietly whisper, Sir, nice job. Now what is it? Because in a system built on reward loops, you were never meant to arrive, only to keep running. Number 8, the myth of enough. You've said it before. Once I get there, I'll finally relax. But you never do, because there doesn't exist. The moment you reach it, your brain silently redraws the finish line. That's the myth of enough. The psychological treadmill no one remembers stepping on. See, your brain isn't built to be content. Contentment meant death to your ancestors. If you stopped hunting, you starved. So the modern version, you keep hunting. Success, validation, attention, anything that feels like forward motion. Even when you're safe, your brain whispers, not yet, not enough fun. It's not ambition. It's survival with better branding. That's why you can't celebrate without guilt. You finish a big project, and 5 minutes later, you're anxious again. You hit a milestone and immediately wonder what's next. It's not that you don't appreciate things. It's that your reward system literally erases satisfaction the moment it arrives. So when people say you should be grateful, it's like telling your lungs to hold their breath. They weren't built for that. The human brain doesn't rest when it's safe. It rests when it's exhausted. And that's the real trap. You only stop running when you break. Number 7, the performance of happiness. You don't just chase happiness anymore. You perform it. You post it, filter it, brand it. You turn joy, the most fragile human feeling, into content. And every time someone clicks, your brain mistakes it for connection. Except it's not. It's applause from strangers who don't even remember your name tomorrow. But that's the trick. The more hollow you feel, the louder you perform. The louder you perform, The more hollow you become, it's a feedback loop of emotional capitalism. You sell your best moments for validation and get paid in microseconds of dopamine. It's not your fault. We were trained for this, trained to confuse visibility with value, to treat silence like failure, and to believe that being seen is the same as being loved. That's why you can be surrounded by notifications and still feel alone. Because when happiness becomes a performance, you're no longer living for the feeling itself. You're living for the echo, and echoes never last long. Number 6, the comfort addiction. You were told comfort equals happiness, but comfort is just control wearing a hoodie. The softer life gets, the weaker your meaning becomes. Because comfort doesn't feed the soul, it sedates it. You've got climate control, food delivery, endless entertainment. You never have to face boredom, hunger, Western, or even silence. And that's the problem. Meaning is built in friction, in the struggle, the uncertainty, the climb. But your brain, your admire, it's addicted to shortcuts. The path of least resistance, the next dopamine drip. So we build a world that gives us everything except purpose. And then wonder why we wake up anxious for no reason. You're not broken. You're just overstimulated and underchallenged. Because deep down, your brain still thinks life is supposed to be earned, not delivered to your door in 15 minutes or less. The human mind evolved to fight, adapt, and grow. And when it's denied that fight, it turns inward. That's when anxiety, overthinking, and existential dread show up. Because your instincts are starving in a world of plenty. The truth is, comfort isn't happiness. It's anesthesia. And we're all just learning to live numb. Number 5, Erisri Wesemison. The myth of progress. Humans worship progress. We think if things are getting better, we must be getting happier. But that's not how brains work. Progress doesn't satisfy, it resets. Every time we improve something, our baseline expectation moves up. And once the new normal settles in, we stop noticing. That's why you don't feel the same rush from your new phone, your new apartment, or your new life that you did at first. The brain has quietly relabeled it all as ordinary. It's called hedonic adaptation, your nervous system's way of saying, congrats, now go want something else. We treat progress like it's purpose. But purpose doesn't grow on a chart. It grows in contrast, in the moments when we stop and ask, why am I even doing this? The world keeps saying, become more. Your brain keeps whispering, for what? Am I simultan? And when you can't answer that, no upgrade, no achievement, no next step will ever fill the gap. Because you can't measure meaning in motion. Sometimes, the only real progress is learning how to stand still. Number 4, the social comparison trap. You don't measure your life anymore. You compare it. And the weirdest part, you compare it to illusions. That person online isn't happier than you. They're just better at editing. But your brain doesn't know that. It evolved in tribes of maybe 150 people. Now it's trying to compete with 8 billion. Every scroll turns into a psychological knife fight. Your nervous system doesn't see content. It sees rivals, hierarchies, isonora, isasuron precitory, into threats. So even when you're doing fine, your brain whispers, someone's doing better. It's not envy. It's survival instinct on Wi-Fi. That constant low-level comparison bleeds dopamine, slowly draining your sense of self-worth until you can't tell whether you want something or just don't want to fall behind. And the cruelest part, you can't win a game that never ends. Because the algorithm doesn't want you happy, it wants you scrolling. You were never supposed to see this much success. And now, your brain is quietly paying the price. Number 3, or the emotion economy. In the modern world, emotions are currency. Fear sells. Outrage trends. Sadness gets engagement. You're not feeling your emotions anymore. You're scrolling them. Every video, every headline, every comment trains your nervous system to feel something on command. and then to move on before it matters. Your brain, once built for deep experience, now runs on emotional fast food. Quick hits of anger, shock, empathy, empty calories for the soul. We've turned vulnerability into a performance and empathy into a transaction. Someone cries on camera. Someone else comments, "Stay strong," and both walk away a little emptier. This is what happens when algorithms replace intimacy, when feeling becomes a show instead of a connection. You're not disconnected because you're numb. You're numb because you've been emotionally overstimulated. Your brain can't tell what's real anymore. That's the final lie of the emotion economy. It promises connection, but what it sells is loneliness. Number two, showing the meaning deficit. Humans can survive pain, chaos, and even despair, but not the absence of meaning. You can endure anything if it matters. But what happens when nothing does? That's where modern emptiness comes from. Not failure, not sadness, just too much comfort and not enough why. You were built to struggle towards something, not scroll past everything. But we replaced meaning with metrics, likes instead of love, progress instead of purpose, optimization instead of understanding. So now, even success feels sterile because you've hit every goal except the one that counts. Knowing why you're doing any of it, that's why people wake up with everything they wanted and still feel like they're missing something invisible. The truth is, the void isn't depression, it's directionless energy. Your brain is screaming, "Give me something to fight for." And until you do, it'll keep inventing battles with yourself, your work, your reflection, just to feel alive. Number one, the lie itself. Here it is, the core of the emptiness. The lie that built the world you live in, that happiness is something to achieve. You were never supposed to chase happiness. You were supposed to feel it. But the system can't sell you a feeling. It can only sell you things that look like one. So it rebranded peace as productivity, meaning as milestones, and love as lifestyle. You've been taught to fill your soul like a shopping cart, believing more will fix the ache. But the truth is quieter, simpler, and harder to accept. You're not supposed to be happy all the time. You're supposed to be alive. That means the full range. Boredom, sadness, confusion, joy, stillness. The very emotions you've been told to fix are the ones that make life real. So maybe the emptiness isn't a problem. Maybe it's a message. A reminder that you don't need more. You just need less noise. Because the hidden lie was never that happiness existed. It's that you were supposed to earn it. That's all for today. If this hit something in you, good. That means you're still awake. I'll be making more videos like this, peeling back the quiet illusions behind modern life, ambition, and the mind itself. Subscribe to Hidden Reflex, where we don't promise happiness. We just tell the truth.